Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Hannah and this is Hannah Stitching, and this is my Flosstube for my cross stitch. It's been a while. I think my last update was early January, I think, was my mini what I'm working on with parade thingy. So yeah, I am going to probably just jump right in because my husband and kid are out playing in the snow. We got somewhere between 9.5 and 11 inches here where I live, between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. So they're out playing in that. So hopefully I can get this done before they come in. Okay, if you are new, my goals for this year are I'm working on it's technically 26 projects at a time. And I want to say a little over 100 whips currently. So what I did was I picked out / use a wheel to pick out 25 projects, and those are like my focus projects, and as I finish them I spin the wheel for a new project, or if it is a stitch along, I will either pick a current stitch along that I have going, or an old stitch along that I have going and haven't finished, or I will wait for a new stitch along that I would like to join. So I also have a bookshelf that I am doing all the books that I'm reading this year, putting on there. So yeah, so since you last saw me, which I think was, like I said, early January or December, I have 3 finishes. And let's see, where did I set those? Oh darn it, I think I left them in my sewing room. I had been digging for a whip and I forgot to grab these. Alright, so the first one that I finished was my 2024 year of books. I read 75 books last year, so this represents all of them. This pattern is self-drafted. I read Fourth Wing last year, so I did Andarna the Little Gold Dragon. I did a snake from Twisted by Emily McIntyre. One of the main characters owned a snake. I did coffee. I did a little coffee sign for the, what was the book? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. It was about a ogre who opened a coffee shop. It was a really cute, little cozy read. And then I put in just the year right there. And then each color is for a different genre, so just to kind of keep track of, I guess, how many books of the different genres I was reading that year. So that was a very quick finish at the very beginning of January. And then I finished my Vintage Ladies. The backstitching on this was a bitch. Absolutely hated it. As you can see, there is a lot of backstitching in there, especially in those dresses. So very, very happy to be done with this one. I need to put that needle away. And then at the end of February, I finished my Dudley Aquarium. see if I can, so got the window open, just trying to have some better lighting here. So I am all done with this one. Very excited. This is the Deadly Aquarium Stitch Along by Lola Crow. And it is on 18 count, I think, is it Jellyfish? Yep, Jellyfish Fields. So. And this one, I am probably going to frame, and I think I'm going to hang this in my son's room. He loves sea life, alligators. Like there was a few times he would stop and just kind of watch me and, you know, ask me what the different fish and stuff were. You know, he knew his hammerhead shark, but yeah, he really loved this. So we had him pick out a frame, and now I just need to frame it and get it hung up in his room. So those are my finishes so far for this year. And I guess we'll jump into my whips. All right, so I guess we'll start with that. So with the finish, no, off. He's very distressed because they're outside. Off. He doesn't like people in our yard. So with the finish of the Vintage Ladies, I spun the wheel and I spun this one here, which is my seagull, or beach rat, that's what it's called. I have not touched this one yet. I do have plans to pull it out this month though. So this is Beach Rat by the Artsy Housewife. And I am doing this version here. I am not doing any of the lettering. So this was a StitchCon start, and my goal is to also finish it at StitchCon. There was a group of us who all started it. That's where I'm at right now. So, and this is on some blue fabric. I don't know what it is. I also got this at StitchCon. So hopefully I'm gonna get this pulled out, get some work on it, and hopefully be able to finish it at StitchCon. I think I was going to use it for categories this month, so I'll probably try to put about 300 stitches in on it. And this will become a focus probably in April or May. Okay. So then with the Deadly Aquarium, Lola Crow is going to be doing another stitch along. So with that finish, because that was a stitch along, that gives me permission to start another stitch along. So I'll be doing the next Lola Crow, like what is it, Birds of Paradise, I think. So I'll be starting that when that comes out. All right. Next up is my, come on, Pattern Keeper. There we go. There we go. Okay. Is my Heaven and Earth stitch along. I am doing Nature's King by Carol Cavaleris. Oops. Darn it. Come on, Pattern Keeper. Behave, please. So that is what that is going to look like. I am very behind on this. I am at 12.12%. And this is where I'm at. This is just on a like blue fabric that I dyed. And it is 28 count 2/1. So for this one, I decided to do some color completion. The colors and shades all just kind of blend together, so it's not bothering me too much. So I am working on, what is this, 452. So this is, you know, part of page 1 and then part of page 2. And this is 3,493 stitches. So I'm behind, but that's okay. I decided that I'm just going to give myself kind of a no stress year. I have a want of finishing 25 projects, but I'm not going to stress about it too hard because that's no fun. So I kind of threw most of my plans out the window, and that's okay. Aside from, you know, sticking to 25 projects. I'm really liking that. All right, so this is Bengal Tiger. I actually worked on him yesterday. This is from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I don't know what year this was though. And the designer is Mary Ellen Yannick. And this is on a green fabric that I dyed. And this is where I'm at. So I put in like 100 stitches yesterday. This is his ear. And then I filled in some black and then like this brown here. I do think I am going to somewhat focus on this. Like maybe try to put like 100 stitches a weekend or something. Because this one I really want on my wall. So I think I'm going to try and get more work done on that one. All right. Next is Grogu. This is by Nikki Patterns. And it was a Star Wars set. I completed The Mandalorian, I think, in 23. So now I'm doing the child. And I put in some stitches yesterday. I was working on a prompt for, is it fandom? For fandom stitching. And then realized that I forgot to take a picture with the code word. Oopsies. So now I've got to restart. But hey, I got like a little over 100 stitches in. I did a bunch just right in here. And this is on Mock Turtle by Wonderland Hand Dyed Fabrics, and it's 16 count. And this is a fabric that I got at StitchCon 2 years ago. So, yep. Very pretty fabric. I really like it. So I'm gonna try and get 300 more stitches in on this week, but I kind of don't think that's gonna happen. Is it Whip? I can't remember if it's Whip Warriors. I think it's Fandom. Fandom Stitching is doing a Whip Madness or a March Stitching Madness. So that will come out in a couple of days for that. All right, let's see here. I'm just gonna try to insert a picture here because I don't have one for this. I don't have the completed picture for this. But this is my Zodiac Stitch Along by a Tiny Modernist. And this is where I'm at. I just finished Virgo this week. And then I went down and I started working over here a little bit. So this is where I'm at on this. And this is going to be my next stitch along that I focus on finishing. So this is a 2021 stitch along. And it's on a unknown, I think, 18 counts, just blue fabric. So this is going to be the next stitch along that I focus on finishing because it is a completed stitch along. So that way I can either pick a new old stitch along to work on, or if a stitch along comes along, hopefully I can finish it in time to start that. All right, next is my leap year project. So I am very behind on this. Shocker. This is mini boho seaside view or something like that. And it's by Amy Stewart. And my attempt is going to be 50% by the end of the year. We'll see. This is where I'm at. 28 count easy guide. And I'm at 6.57%. So I screwed up somewhere in here. So I've been just trying to, like, I know that these are good. So I've been working off of these. I'm trying really hard not to frog. So I'm just kind of fudging my way along. And I just pulled that out this week, actually, so we'll see. I should try and probably pull it out once a week, but, you know, whatever. Trying not to stress. What is this one? Oh, okay, this is Needle-Lot Designs Stitch Along. You know, I just had the name of it. Was it Enchanted Forest, maybe? And I have updated the latest mock-up. So that's where we are currently at in releases. I am not currently there. This is on a Gorgeous Grape by Bestitch Me. And this is where I'm at. Still working on that tree. I did add in a bat and the lantern, and this is part of like the owl's, what do you want to call it? Like wand or whatever. So that's where I'm currently at. Trying to slowly catch up here. Not gonna happen, but you know, one can dream. I am 13.69% done with the current releases. So I love it. It's super cute, and it is nice to stitch on. There's going to be no back stitching or anything like that, so that's going to be really nice. But I just haven't prioritized it. Okay. This is Mini T-Rex Attack. My previous goal had been to attempt a finish on it. My new goal is just get as much done as I can. If I finish, fabulous. If I don't, fabulous. And I think I'll probably kind of explain a little bit later. Oh, I need to take this hoop off. Because I'm probably not going to touch this for just a second here. Maybe next week, but probably not this week. So this is where I'm at. I have been working a lot in just like the T-Rex's snout. And then a little bit of fill-in down here. So and this one is 12.11%. Let's do this one before it gets buried. This is my, oh, and Mini T-Rex Attack is artwork by David Penfound. All right, and this is my stocking walking as one, and this is going to be for Merlin. And this one I've actually worked on a decent amount this year. So here's where I'm at. And hopefully I'm able to put some before pictures up for you guys too. So I'm at 11.18%. I am keeping my goal of trying to get to 50% on this by the end of the year. So that way, hopefully I can finish it next year. And Whip Warriors does a like focus challenge, and I will be working on this for that challenge. So hopefully this weekend, you know, maybe I'll get, I think I'm gonna try to get like around 1,000 stitches, maybe a few more. So okay. This one I worked on once in January for Whip Frenzy. This is Aurora Cabin by Dimensions Gold Collection. I am doing this on kit fabric, so I think it's like a 16 count, like blue Aida or something, like blue gray Aida. So this is where I'm at. And I put in a bunch of stitches like over here, and then I filled in this tree a bit. So, yep. I probably should serge this. I like the image. I struggle to work on it. There's like some stitches where you're using 6 strands and it hurts my hands, so I can't work on it for too long. All right, this is my, I think they're like parakeets or whatever. Yeah, yellow fronted parakeets. So I'm doing this one here. And this is by the Exotic Birds by Cross My Heart. And I am stitching this on Luna Moth by Bestitch Me. And that's where I'm at. So in January, I did a lot of like fill-in and just stitching these leaves. I got some decent progress in January. This one will also be coming out in a couple of days for the March Stitching Madness. This one, I don't have a picture. It is no longer on the website either, or on the Etsy page. I did check. This is Folk 3. So I'm just gonna hold this back like this, so you can kind of see it. And I think I put 100 stitches in January, so that's where I'm at. Black, I think 16 count Aida. I had thought about making this a priority in February. I honestly didn't do a lot of stitching in February. A lot of the stitching is from January because I hooked up my PlayStation 2, or well, my husband hooked up my PlayStation 2, let's be real here. And I was playing some games from when I was a teenager. So I'm on like the second game, and I've been mostly stitching this week, but Merlin goes back to school next week, so I will probably take some time to game again once he's back in school. This is, what is this? Bee Sampler, that's right, by Emma Congdon or Stitchrovia. And this magazine is quite literally falling apart, so that's fun. I put in a few stitches here. I just work on it when I feel like it. I'm really close to a finish, but I don't like working on it, so here we are. Did the jar and that bee, and then a little bit in here. So that's where I'm at on this one. I've got, what do I got here? I got to finish like this stuff here, and then the border. So hopefully this year. I started this, what, 2019, I think, so it is about time I finish it. It's just, I really liked it when I started it, and now it's kind of eh. This is Flying Dragon by Amy Stewart. I do not have a cover photo for this, so sorry. If I'm able to find one, I'll put it up there. Again, I think this one I pulled out in January for about 100 stitches. And it's just on a hand-dyed green fabric that I did for it. So that's where I'm at on that. Not a ton of progress. All right, we're almost done. And I may be missing some projects from January, but that's okay. This is Stormy Serenade. I started this for my birthday last year. And for this one, my goal is just one page for the year. And if I get that page, then I can switch out projects. Designer is Annie Stagg. And I'm not very far. I've got 661 stitches. And as you can see, this is a big piece of fabric. This is a very big heaven and earth here. So this is where I'm at. Just, yep. It's a mixture of 310 and 939 for a majority of this page. So if I were to sit and just work on this, honestly, I could probably get the page finished pretty quickly. That'll come out in a few days for the Stitchy Madness thingy, so yay. Okay, so for the Stitchy Madness, before I show you my last couple here, you start with 16 projects, and then you kind of pit 2 projects against each other. So the first 2 that I did was Walking as One and Nature's King. And I believe Nature's King got the most stitches, so that moves into the next round. We're doing that with 16 different projects. So today I will be working on my Mirabilia Aphrodite, and she is up against my Tiger. She'll probably win because my Tiger only got like 100 stitches yesterday. So far the 2 winners, I believe, are Nature's King and then my Mermaid. So those 2 will definitely be worked on again in a couple of days. But there's still a lot of projects to go. So yeah, it'll be fun to see what all gets worked on. All right, so this was originally supposed to be part of that. This is Enchantress by Doreen Jones. I pulled her out to put in 300 stitches for a fandom like weekly prompt. And I decided I don't like working on it. So this is where I got to. She's just on a gray fabric that I dyed. There we go. And there's a lot of half stitches, quarter stitches, which, I mean, they're fine. It's just, I don't know, I'm not enjoying her. So what I decided to do is she's going to get put away. I'm going to try not to pressure myself to work on her if she just doesn't call to me anymore. So yeah, she is going to go away, and I'm glad I got some stitches on her because I don't know if I will fully get rid of her. I might. If in a year I'm like, I really just don't want to do this, then, she'll go. But for now, she's just going back to the whips, and she's just going to sit again. So with that in mind, I do have to replace her. So she is getting replaced with see if I can find it here. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So this is Pride Tea by Bad Stitch. She did a bunch of different ones and they were released for a Pride collaborative a couple years ago, I believe, maybe 2 years ago. I am doing the by Pride, and so that is what was fun for that. So this is where I'm currently at. It is just on a scrap of some green fabric I had. So this is where I'm at, and just gonna try and get that done. I think I should be able, I might even try and finish that this month. It's not big, so we're gonna see. And then the last project I have is my bookshelf. So this is my 2025 reading bookshelf. And I believe this is up to date for everything I have read for January and February. I read 20 books in January and I think I finished 8 in February. So that's where I'm at there. And you will probably see my books are a lot more colorful. This part has not been backstitched yet, so. I don't have a good mock-up. I did make like a pattern for this one. This is not like my current pattern, but this is what I've got so far. Just to kind of give you an idea of what the bookshelf is going to look like. And obviously things change because, you know, the books I read are going to vary. So if the book has over 400 pages, it becomes like I'll do 2 rows for the book. So like this one here in the purple, that is 1 book. These 4 rows here are 2 books. And then the same for like one of the books down here. And I have a lot of different categories this year just to make my bookshelf much more colorful. So I'm not sure how many categories I have. I broke up my like romance into different categories as well. So I have like romantasy, like rom-com, contemporary, queer romances, and just, you know, all that. Horror and thrillers I did just do as 1 color. And I've even had to add colors because I typically don't read like a lot of graphic novels, but I have read some graphic novels already this year. I typically don't read mystery, but I did read a mystery this year, so I've even had to add some colors as I've been doing this. So this is just a random plant. And this is a butterfly for the Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutcherson that I read back in January. So that is kind of one of the things that I'm trying to do is if there's like an object or something that I can think of that works for the book or for like one of my books, that will be like the type of items that are added to the shelf. I obviously haven't added it, but there'll be a cat here. I'm going to put a black cat up here. I think I have a black dragon charted for my reread of Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm that I did in January. And I'm going to attempt to see if I can draft a dog to put down here. So that all my animals are also represented in this bookshelf. So this is, like I said, all up to date for January and February. I have finished a few books for March, so I'll probably pull this out a couple times this month to fill it in and get more progress. So that is, I think, everything that I've worked on in the last couple of months. I think I kind of covered my plans. I've got the March Stitchy Madness from Fandom, and I'm just kind of oh my god, I forgot a project. It's sitting right here, quite literally. Anyway, so just working on the different challenges and just using whatever whips fit with them and trying to keep everything very low pressure. The one that I just about missed, that is quite literally just sitting here because I was working on it prior to starting this, is my Mermaid's Treasure by Amy Stewart. I am currently over in here. And this got quite a few stitches this year, or so far, like this year, this month. I've worked on this a lot. So I moved to the Q-Snap because I wanted to start working on this page here. So this is where I'm currently working. I've done some fill-in of confetti stitches in here. Still got a few more. I have been working in the crystals here and then down in here a little bit. So I am quite literally all over the place with this. And that's okay. So probably for this month, I'm probably honestly just going to be working in here and this page, this page, this page, and this page. Just kind of whatever I feel like. I like having the option of just kind of being wherever. If I want to, work on some confetti, this is a great area for that. If I want to work on more solid colors, up in here, because up this section here is more, like this here, so. And I'm gonna try and put another 100 stitches in today. But I currently have 20,545 stitches, and this is 4.49%. This is a regular size max color version, so yeah. Most of my full coverages, if you've watched me, you kind of know I work page by page. For this one, I just have fun going wherever I want. There's just a lot of really fun hidden objects and stuff in here that it's fun to go and try and find, or whatever. So that's kind of how I've been working this. Currently I'm trying to fill in these crystals, but it's a decent amount of confetti-ish, so I've been also just kind of working wherever in between trying to work on these crystals. So yeah, this is one I'm kind of having a hard time not working on it as much. It's very big. It's 457,600 stitches. So she is large, and I really want more progress on this. So that's a little bit where my decision to not focus on finishing my T-Rex attack came in, because honestly, I'd kind of rather work on this. So I think this is probably going to be more of a focus than it has been, so that I can get some work on it and maybe eventually finish it. Eventually. So if you have made it this far, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you back next time. And hopefully I will see you at the beginning of April. Yeah, have a great month. Bye.